So, more drama between the Lewises and Daniel Levy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever one it happens to be for you. So, there has been an article coming out saying that the Lewis family are getting an investigation done on Daniel Levy's time at Tottenham. While they say that there's not actually anything bad that they can actually find, there's no wrongdoings, they are looking into the cost, if it was a fair cost for, I think, the valuation of the stadium, players' wages or prices of players, I think it was, anything like that, they're looking into. So let's say that the Lewis family aren't exactly happy with Mr. Levy, but why are they doing it now? The thing is that since 2022, actually, Joe Lewis put the his ownership, of Tottenham, with an executor or something along those lines. So he didn't actually have any kind of say because he technically didn't own Tottenham anymore. He put it to one side because he was going to be charged, although he didn't actually get charged in the end. He got pardoned by Donald Trump, and he was actually also investigated in with gambling too, saying he was gambling on games, but that again was cleared, nothing was found. But then that means then that Charlie and Vivian had access or were able to possibly have the opportunity to come in, and they never did. It appears from what was said that they trusted Daniel Levy and they just basically let him get on with it. Where I don't know if I quite believe that. Now, I don't know about anybody else, and of course, people are going to have their views because of the way they feel about Daniel Levy. But it feels almost like that they're sort of doing everything they can to throw Daniel Levy under the bus, because by doing this investigation, they're basically saying what you did was wrong and we have not had no part in it. We had no part in what you did. We are separate from that. And that kind of continues on from the whole it was him, not us kind of finger pointing that they sort of have done since Daniel Levy has gone. He is still a part owner because he still has a certain percentage. So I don't know if they're trying to get him to buy, to be bought out, or if they're doing this, as I say, to sort of maybe look like they're innocent completely. I really don't know what their game is and why they're doing this now. It is very, very interesting, especially as they're talking about how much the stadium was for sale for. And if that's the case, then why are they now rejecting offers if they did want to sell it? Like, I don't really understand. What I'm trying to say is, really and honestly, does any of this really make any sense to you? And I don't know, like, to me, it sort of doesn't. It seems like, I say, for me, that they just want more reasons to point fingers and say that it wasn't them, and to make themselves sort of look better and say that Daniel Levy literally took the reins and they had nothing to do with it for all these years. Joe Lewis, and then once he handed it over, had nothing to do with it. So it is very interesting. They did have someone coming in. It was Carrington, who did come in, and he's now the CEO, but he's the I don't know what the word is now, but it's something like he doesn't have a real say. Non-executive director, I think it is, something like that anyway. So he doesn't really have a say, but he come in and he's actually with the Lewises. So it was almost like he come in to maybe take over and look into Daniel Levy. I don't know. I really don't have a clue. But I would love to know what you think, because obviously this whole time they're saying that it wasn't them, then they better step up in January then, because otherwise it's going to look really foolish of them to be pointing fingers at Daniel Levy when they've still got four fingers pointing back at them. So let's hope that they do step up. But for whatever reason, whatever the outcome of this, it will be interesting to hear what the outcome is, and what they determined from that because, as I say, they didn't want to sell. So they're saying that that was wrong, the pricing, yet they still don't want to sell anyway. So, and they rejected offers. So I'm not entirely sure what they're trying to get out of this in truth, because, as I say, nothing was actually said that he did any wrongdoings of such. So yeah, very interesting. A new story that come out, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. Please make sure that you hit that like button, as it does really help, and we'll speak again real soon. Take very good care of yourselves.